luxury pools and scenic beachfront views. At a price tag of $10.9 million, only the wealthiest shop for comforts like these.
Well, I think what brought the luxury real estate market back so fast was the increase in wealth that's being produced.
According to Forbes, there are more than 1,400 billionaires worth a whopping $5.4 trillion. While the mega wealthy shop for mansions and gated communities, Americans who can't afford a place to live at all face a starkly different challenge.
We can help you down here.
Volunteers handed out clothes and food to thousands of homeless people on Skid Row.
I got socks.
The issue of extreme poverty remains a major problem in cities all across the U.S. Here in Los Angeles, the demand for homeless services has skyrocketed over the last few years. In New York, more than 50,000 people sleep each night in shelters. 21,000 are children.
We've gone through probably the longest economic downturn as far as duration that we've seen since the Great Depression. And, you know, the time it's going to take to pull out of that is difficult.
These shelters sit in the shadow of some of the most prosperous corporations. Since 2008, corporate profits have jumped 20% every year. Disposable income for America's average wage earners only increased 1.4% yearly. Critics blame the disparity on Federal Reserve policy.
That's great if you're a banker because you benefit on several fronts. The markets are more vibrant, so you can make more money speculating. People think that there's a recovery going on. It's not. The economy is actually getting sicker as a result of the current Fed policy.
Washington has celebrated a reduction in the unemployment rate, but Latino and Black communities are still facing double-digit jobless rates.
I got this great hoodie.
Rod Garcia is a forklift operator, but has been forced to stay in shelters because he can't get steady work. Garcia knows he's not alone.
I was talking to a truck driver. You know, he couldn't get any work. You know, he couldn't get pay for a hotel. He couldn't get by. So, you know, he's staying in the shelter until he finds that job to get back on the road.
Looming budget cuts could slow economic growth. Experts say sequestration could cost the U.S. 700,000 jobs. Despite that, corporate America likely won't take a big hit.
I would say the data definitely indicates that the rich are not suffering.
London real estate company Knight Frank expects the number of billionaires to nearly double in the next decade. The luxury property market and its buyers seem to be in their own universe. The income of just one of the richest Americans could cover the cost of a room for every homeless American for an entire year.
When you have policies that encourage all the wealth to go to the top, that means that income and wages stagnate even for people who have jobs.
We don't have anywhere else to go.
A cut in her paycheck forced state employee Betty Badro to ask for a modification on her home loan. She says Wells Fargo has failed to negotiate with her and is now at risk of foreclosure.
Security, please.
I want everybody to know that the Wells Fargo are thieves.
In an attempt to save her home, Badro confronted Wells Fargo CEO John Stump. He made $22 million last year.
My children were raised here. We've been living here 19 years. This home means everything to us. It's the roots of our family.
Headlines of a housing recovery mask that investors and hedge funds are turning foreclosed homes into rentals and securitizing the rental income. As the wealthiest enjoy the finest in high living, U.S. fiscal policy will likely support an increasingly disparate economic recovery. In Los Angeles, Ramon Galindo, RT.